Hi, my name's Maya.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Steven. Welcome to On the Spot. I am your hostess with the mostest, Kendall Fowler. Our first game of the night is going to be Tom Holland. Let's get right into it. So, our first celebrity is going to be Tom Holland. Let's get right in.
If Tom Holland was about 20 years older, he'd be Tobey Maguire.
If Tom Holland played basketball, he would be Tom Ballin.
If Tom Holland worked a minimum wage job, he would be Tom Ballin on a budget.
If Tom Holland made music in the 80s, he'd be Tom Hall & Oates.
If Tom Holland was very clumsy, he'd be Tom Fallon.
So, our next celebrity will be none other than Oscar nominee Florence Pugh.
If Florence Pugh was a Looney Tunes character, he'd be Florence Le Pugh.
If Florence Pugh didn't shower enough, they would be Florence P.U.
If Florence Pugh was named after something a little higher, he'd be Ceiling Pugh.
If Florence Pugh were a toy gun, she'd be Florence Pew Pew Pew.
If Florence Pugh had been in Friends, she'd be Jennifer Lawrence Pugh.
Wrong, Jennifer.
Oh,
Our next celebrity, who?
Nolan North.
Nolan North. I don't know who this sucker is.
If Nolan North had an evil twin, their name would be Nolan South.
if Nolan North was part of a Batman movie, he'd be Christopher Nolan North.
If Nolan North were related to Kanye West, he'd be Nolan West.
If Nolan North was more indecisive, he'd be Nolan Northwest.
Our next game is going to be Switch Left, where we are placed inside of a box, and you'll catch on. I'm freaking out. I need that microscope back.
You know what? I guess I'll have to say it. I had your microscope because this was a test, which you failed. Take it. Take your microscope.
Micree, why did you test me?
Because I wanted...
What did you want from me?
I don't know, just to see if you would be able to find it, because you seem to lose things and not be able to find them.
But it's my microscope. I love this microscope more than I love myself.
If you love the microscope so much, you wouldn't have let it get stolen.
All right, you obviously know that this Payless is a front. It's nothing more than a scheme where we hide our swords that we sell. So I'm going to take you to the secret room in the back where we keep all of our giant samurai swords.
What?
You said... Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, but like, I'm not going to a back room. That's something Jordan Peele would write a movie about.
No. Not like that. I just got to show you the swords so you can pick out one.
You don't have swords like in the display case?
No, it's
behind the shoes?
You know it's illegal to sell swords?
Since when?
It's in the Constitution, Second Amendment.
I bought all of my swords from Meyer.
So, about that glass in your bloodstream.
I'm glad you asked. I actually prepared you a plate of some... I insist.
See, I went to the doctor because I care about you, and it turns out it's fatal. So you got maybe 20 seconds to live.
20 seconds left to live?
Don't worry, I already wrote your will for you. I left all the stuff to me because I know that's what you would want.
I'm just going to enjoy my last meal while I still have time, I guess.
Oh, do you want some extra paint chips with that?
No, thanps. I
Sure, I insist. I insist.
Okay.
You're gonna want to that in your will.
You sure you don't want any?
No, I've had plenty of copper. Son, I said give me your belt.
Okay, so you're making this whole big to-do about how stealing is all bad, and yet you're out here trying to steal my belt.
Don't change the subject, young man. I need your belt because you shredded all of mine in our shredder. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I'm not giving you the belt.
Well, I guess I will have to relearn how to make a switchblade.
Well, as you can see, it's brighter than my future in here. Our next game is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, let's figure this out. All right, I like you the most, the good. You can be the bad, yeah. Hey, the ugly. I just kind of failed a math test today. How can I make that not happen next time?
Well, I would recommend, doing what you can to study for the next one, going to office hours when you can. We actually have an on-campus math center that I highly recommend you go to. In addition, if you can reach out to the professor, see if there's any extra credit available, maybe even see if there's a test retake that you can do. Really just, don't get too down on yourself because one bad test isn't going to make the whole semester.
I personally just wouldn't show up. Can't fail a test if you don't take it.
So, what you want to do is you want to get a loan. So you're going to go to the bank. You're going to get to the bank. You're going to ask for the loan. They're going to ask, why do you want a loan? You're going to tell them, failed a test. They're going to completely understand without any context. They're going to give you a loan. You're going to get a safety deposit key for that loan. But that's exactly what they expect you to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this safety deposit box key, you're going to go out to the cemetery, you're going to find your great Uncle Louie, he's going to be 5 graves to the left of Frank, and you're going to bury that key with him, and then you're going to wait. You're going to wait years. Other tests are going to come and go, that's irrelevant. And then, once 40 years have passed, you're going to go back to that graveyard. You're going to go 5 graves to the right of Frank. You're going to find your Grandpa Louie. You're going to dig him up. You're going to find his rotting carcass. And you'll have your perfect test waiting for you right there.
I really want to get forklift certified. How do I go about that?
Well, I would recommend Googling what you have to do to, actually get forklift certified. I assume that there are classes you have to take. You have to complete a certain amount of hours under supervision. So, figure out where the nearest place is. Maybe even find a job that requires you to use a forklift, because then the job will probably pay for you to get forklift certified. That's what I'd recommend.
So what you should do is get a forklift and then find another forklift driver and challenge them to a street race. And if you win, you get their certification.
So, here's all you need to do. You're gonna go to the bakery. You're gonna go in through the door. You're gonna go right up to the man at the counter. And you're gonna ask for a dozen Oreo crumb muffins. And you have to wink and say the word wink audibly. They will nod at you, tap once, twice, thrice on the side of their nose, and go into the back of the store. You don't follow them. You stay there and wait. You wait for days. You wait for weeks. And then just before you die, they'll come back with a key. What key? The key to your safety deposit box. You go back to the graveyard, you dig up Uncle Louie, and you find your forklifts in the ground next to him.
So I made a whoopsies and accidentally fell in love with my best friend. What do I do?
If you're really serious about being in love with this person, I think you should give it some time first, because feelings like that, they can come and go. You don't want to make any rash decisions. And if you feel that they feel the same way, it might be worth telling them, but give it some time, think about it, think about the ramifications, and even if it doesn't work out, still try to be friends with that person. If they're your best friend, then obviously you have a connection beyond just romantic love.
So here's the thing. That kind of situation never goes well because it requires, tough conversations. So what you do is you fake your own death, start a new life, and make new friends.
Now, all you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to make her feel confident. And how the best way to inspire confidence in your best friend is to inspire her confidence in yourself. So all you're gonna do is you gotta sleep with her mother. That will ruin your friendship, therefore removing the awkwardness of that out of the equation, and it will prove your confidence as a lover, so she'll fall madly in love with you and probably also kill you. But you know what? You'll be buried next to your great Uncle Louie.
Those were all amazing pieces of advice. I'm going to be taking them all to heart and using them into my day-to-day life. Our next game is very new to the scene. It is called Ways to Die, where we are given an object and we have to come up with ways that object is involved in our deaths. Let's get right into it. The first word is yo-yo. Picture this. You are doing some epic yo-yo tricks for kids in the park. Just going yo, 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 bonk. You bonked your head with the yo-yo. You get a concussion. You die.
So, your doctor said you needed more fiber. So, you're playing with your yo-yo, trying to think, how do I get more fiber in my life? Down and up, down and up. Then you realize, string, and plastic. What is plastics? They are made from the earth. What's also made from the earth? Plants. What are plants eaten by? Animals. Animals have fiber. So you take a big bite out of it, and you choke. Probably should have had some milk with it.
It's been 23 years since you were the yo-yo world champion. After the event, you gave it up. You couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't handle the pride, couldn't handle the fame. It wasn't the life for you. And one day you're cleaning out your room and you find your old box with all your old things in it. And a yo-yo, a symbol of older times. Look at that. You say to yourself, I wonder, can I still do it? Can I still yo-yo like I used to? And you go down and you go back up and the string wraps around your neck like a boa constrictor. It's devastating. Nobody can hear you scream, you can't breathe, and you pass away on the floor, suffocating from your yo-yo.
So there's this one yo-yo trick, it's called walking the dog, and you really just want to keep practicing that. And you think it'd be really funny and kind of ironic if you did it at a dog park, but the people at the dog park don't take too kindly to it. They think you're mocking them, so they all release their dogs to go attack you, so you just get mauled to death by a pack of dogs.
All right, I think it's safe to say my new fear is yo-yos. But let's see if we can unlock a new fear. Beetles. You're in England, you're with your best friends. You want to recreate the Abbey Road picture from the Beatles. So you're there, crossing the street with your friends. Someone has the camera, ready to take a picture. But then a gaggle of Volkswagen Beetles come charging down the street and hits each and every one of you at 150 miles per hour. But that's not what kills you. Coming from the sewer are beetles, venomous beetles. and they all inject you with venom, and you die a slow, painful death on Abbey Road. The last word is going to be sweater vest.
I mean, if you're wearing a sweater vest, do you need to ask why you died?
You're a big fan of sweater vests. You always have been, and you really want to find a community in sweater vests. And you hear about a convention coming to town, the Vest Convention, VestCon. And you're very excited to go to VestCon. And you show up on the day, you bought your tickets months in advance, because you have to reserve them months in advance. It's such a popular convention. And you get there and you realize quickly that people at VestCon are only fans of normal vests, not sweater vests. And they're upset. They're running you out of the place. They're chasing you. They have hammers. They bring hammers to VestCon, and they're chasing you with your hammers. And you're running down the road, and then out of nowhere, a car hits you. And the moral of the story is to look both ways before you cross the street.
So, for our final game of the night, we are going to play a nice little dating game. You know, get the feels going. So, we are going to assign roles. Now, naturally, as the star of this show, I'm going to be the celebrity, because obviously. Then, we are going to have our quirk. Maya, you can be our quirk. Yeah, that's what you get. And then you can be our lovely cartoon character, and
And then I'm the masochist, right?
our gracious contestant.
That works too.
Yep, all right. Let's get this going.
So, I'm gonna ask you some questions. What does safety mean to you? We'll start on this side.
I mean, it means the world to me. You know, in my career line, safety is the most important step. You can't do anything with my career without being safe. So it is the number one most important thing in my life at all times. Safety.
I'm feeling safer already. And next to you, contestant 2.
Yeah, I would say that I'm definitely a very safe individual. You know, I do a bit of science, and, you know, as long as everything goes according to plan, you know, no injuries, no getting hurt, no tomfoolery.
Well, it sounds like we'll have some great chemistry. So, and finally, contestant 3, what do you feel about safety?
Yeah, I think that, like, the safety and health of people,
Gesundheit.
thank you, is very important. So I believe in, like, health.
Health safety.
Yeah.
Never go anywhere without it. So, next, we have covered safety, but I also want to know what you can bring to a relationship, because I just don't want any old partner. I want one that can deliver me a good time. So, contestant 1, what do you have to deliver?
I have lots to deliver. I can deliver good, beautiful meals. I can deliver great wine pairings with cheeses. I can deliver anything you need within the culinary world, and then some.
Well, you certainly sound like a snack to me. Contestant 2.
You know, I think I could deliver on a good time. You know, can take you to somewhere nice to eat. I got this buddy of mine. He's a fry cook at the best restaurant in town. And, you know, I can take you to see some cool sights. Got a rocket ship. You know, if you come back to my place, we can do some scuba diving.
Wow, that definitely sounds like it'll drown out any competition. And finally, for contestant 3, what can you deliver?
Yeah, I mean, I think contestant 1 there had a pretty good idea. I'm actually a pretty good chef myself. I actually wanted to show you something I worked on. I wanted to see what you thought
Is
of
that
that.
snot on it?
Oh, sorry. Let me take my phone off there.
Now there's lint on it.
Can you see past that?
I believe you are an idiot.
That's not very nice.
Well, hopefully you're not allergic to good times. Next, we what I know it's all about me here, but I want to know, what do you want from me in this relationship? I want to feel like I'm also giving you a quality relationship. I'm not just here for the ride or the cash. But what can you deliver, what can I deliver to you, contestant 1?
Honestly, as long as you have a sophisticated taste palette, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, pretty simple needs. I feel like as long as you can, breathe on land, I'm pretty good.
Well, I'll definitely make sure I have that. I'll go see my doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm sorry. I'm just a fan of quality time, long walks on the beach and stuff like that. Just, not anywhere with lots of pollen.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll have to find someone that will be a blooming success for our relationship. And for my final question, I want a person who's sensitive. So how do you treat other people? Most specifically your employees, your friends, your maybe even enemies. Contestant 1.
Due to an ongoing HR investigation, I cannot speak on that.
Okay, well, I hope the cops don't know your address. Or my address. Contestant 2.
I think I treat the people in my life pretty well. I hang out with this one guy a lot, that fry cook I mentioned earlier. He'll help me with my experiments. We'll do a little sparring. I'm a karate. I'm a practicer of karate, so we'll do a friendly spar every now and then. Maybe I can show you a thing or two.
Sounds wonderful. And finally, contestant 3.
I've been having some issues making friends in recent years, so I don't have a whole lot of people in my life like that right now. But I'm looking for a partner and hoping for the best.
So, I think I'm ready to make my verdict. Contestant 3, you seem like a very lovely individual, but I don't think I could afford enough tissues to handle someone who always has an allergy.
I understand.
And contestant number 1, you seem very skilled, and I don't want to take you away from your career. I'm just not into chefs like you, Gordon Ramsay. And finally, contestant number 2, I think that's a yes, Sandy. Let's go to your tree dome of love.
And that was our show. I hoped you enjoyed it. I'm Kendall Fowler, the hostess with the mostest, and thank you for watching On the Spot.